Good morning, my friends. Are you ready for the devotional today? Boy, I sure do need it. We started this morning with a slight disaster. All my fault. All my fault. I'm surprised Jerry's allowing me to have a cup and anything to drink at all after our disaster this morning. Let me take a sip of... And let me have a bite of my chocolate macadamia nut cookie. I missed my 10 o'clock snack because of our disaster this morning. Every morning I get up. Jerry uses a percolator and makes a pot of percolated coffee, but I get up before I get to the coffee before he does usually. It doesn't matter, either he's first or I'm second or vice versa. But he always does the percolator. I always do the Keurig because I got some coffee for Christmas. I think it was maybe Valentine's or something. Oh, we got a gift card for Christmas and it was to Starbucks. And so, you know, I needed to use it. So we were at a Starbucks one day, or we saw a Starbucks. There's cars clear around the block. But I went in and I found some coffee. And it said smooth or whatever. It had all these names on it, but they did not have any decaf. So I bought this, and it's called Veranda. This isn't Veranda. This is a coffee shop. Donut shop. Anyway, and it was only whole beans. So Jerry doesn't drink it because he hates caffeine. I love caffeine. So anyway, I have this bag of Starbucks whole bean Veranda coffee, and I love it. It's very smooth. It's not acidic at all. It's just wonderful coffee called Veranda. So I go to the Keurig and I grind up my beans and I put them in one of those little screen holder things and stick it in the coffee pot, and I make mine. So, and then I always go out to the Joy couch and I put my coffee cup down on a coaster in a certain place. My computer's already there in another place. So my coffee is never by my computer, okay? So I had already had my first cup of coffee. It had already been on my computer. And I went in to get showered and shaved and ready for my day and clean up the kitchen and blah, blah, blah. But then I went out to the garage to check on something, and I noticed my Zappos box. I get my shoes from Zappos, and I always order way more than I know I'm going to keep, and so then you can return them for free freight, which is a joke. You pay for it when you buy the shoes. But anyway, I went, oh no, I forgot to do my return on Zappos. And I had my computer in the kitchen because I had been watching Edit a Sitar or somebody do something. I don't know, but I had brought it in the kitchen to fix some toast or something. So anyway, I thought, oh, I need to go back in there. And so I had just fixed myself my second cuppa, and my second cuppa is Jerry's percolated coffee because it's decaf. And I had put my creamer in it and a little tiny bit of sugar. And it was a big cup. It's twice this big. And so I was carrying my computer in one arm and my coffee in the other hand. And so when I went to sit down on my couch, I just placed my coffee where the computer usually goes. Big mistake. I mean, I had the computer in my arms. Usually it's sitting there. But I just set my coffee down. Not even thinking. I'm just thinking, Zappos, I need to do my return. So I sit there and I do my return, and I'm trying to choose between 7 shoes, which 4 pair I'm returning, and I had ordered 2 pair of white tennis shoes. And I thought, oh, I don't remember which pair of tennis shoes I like that I'm keeping. I thought I better go out in the garage and look and see which pair I decided to keep, because the boxes were all still in the garage. So I picked up my computer off my lap, put it forward to where it usually goes. It's still open, the lid is up. And you know what happened. That cup of coffee was sitting there, and my computer ran right into it and knocked it forward. It was full. I hadn't even taken a sip out of it yet. And then, not thinking, I just went, oh my God, oh no, oh Jerry, come help, And I set my computer down. Duh, what a dingbat. Set it down. Instead of turning around and putting it away from it, I set it down. Oh, hello, Earth to joy. So not very much coffee got in the computer, but some did. And it was all over the glass top of the table. And of course, you know how liquid is. We have glass on top of our tables, some of our tables, and for the complete top of the table. And somehow, whatever you spill goes underneath the glass. How? I have no idea. It goes underneath the glass. So we had to take everything off the table. I had to throw 4 books away. They were soaked. I had to throw 4 books away. Took the glass off, cleaned. It was on the carpet, it was under the table, it was in the drawers of the table, it was everywhere. Jerry was having a fit, I was having a fit. I felt so stupid, so dumb, I was so mad at myself. So Jerry's still down there. He insisted on getting the carpet sucker-upper vacuum thing, and I didn't want him to use it because we have new carpet, it has that stain remover stuff on it, and I didn't want that to get off of it. But he said he was just going to use water. So anyway, he's down there, Mr. Perfect, making sure there's not a drop of coffee left anywhere. I said, don't worry about it, it matches my coffee perfectly. So anyway, what is it? It's 11 o'clock already this morning, and so far that's all I've done. I did manage to get myself ready. Anyway, are you ready for the devotional? I hope it says, how not to be upset when you do something stupid. Let's see what it says. We are on April what? I think we are on April 12, 2021. Let me see if I can find April 12. Yesterday was Jesus Freak, and Jerry did that one. Today is called No Room for Pride. Well, I'm certainly not proud this morning. That has not been a problem this morning. I feel like a total dummy. The scripture is Luke 18:14. All those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Luke 18:14. There's no room for pride in the heart of a believer. Why? Because everything you have, from intellect to talent to looks, it all comes from God. You had nothing to do with it. Jesus had nothing good to say about people who toot their own horns. They are braggarts. Some people think so highly of themselves that they feel they are above other people. They feel entitled to be treated better and to get what they want and to be first all the time. There's nothing in that behavior that shows God's love. Get rid of pride. Live humbly as Jesus did. That's good. That's good. The joy version of that is, yes, God created you. Yes, God chose which genes and DNA you were going to be made up with. However, our appearance still has a lot with what we do to look our best. I was just talking to a friend yesterday. In fact, I've had 2 conversations with 2 friends about this same thing. Do you ever watch old movies from the 50s or old Billy Graham crusades, old church services? The women are always dressed in dresses. The men are always dressed in suits and ties. They all look so neat, so tidy. Their hair is fixed really nice, their makeup is really nice, they've all got glasses on. Watching Billy Graham crusade one time, which, by the way, I went to live in Phoenix, Arizona when I was 16 years old. But all the people had on glasses because they didn't invent contact. I said, look at Jerry, look at how many people are wearing glasses. But yes, people took pride in how they looked. And on Sunday, they dressed even nicer than that. They wore their best to church on Sunday to show respect and honor for Almighty God and for His church and for a place of worship. Now, these young people just dress like bums. I just saw it the other day at that hotel. A whole family came there from someplace to have a reunion. And the boys were practically naked. Their pants were down, I mean, clear down here. And their underwear showing. No shirts at all. But, you know, that may have been maybe they'd gone to the pool or something. But just sloppy. Pants way too big. Way too long. Just messy hair. And this group of people didn't seem to be covered with tattoos. Some of them were, but most of them didn't have that going on. At least the women didn't, so that was nice. But just out when you go to Walmart or when you're just out nowadays, you just see such sloppiness. No makeup, hair not even combed. Some hair's just matted, looks like it hadn't been washed in weeks. You know, dirty feet and dirty shoes and just, it's wrong. It's just wrong. Yes, God made you, and He made you beautiful with a beautiful brain that worked so perfectly before it was drenched with alcohol and drugs in so many cases, even prescription drugs. But you know, I wish we would go back to taking pride in what we look like every day and dressing our best. My goodness, have you seen the pictures of the Walmart people? It's like, are these pictures even real? Or did this guy just find people to pose like this? But it shows them lined up at the cash registers and shopping and, you know, the frozen food section and walking around in the toy section. And it's just shocking how these people are dressed. Men with overalls and nothing under the overalls, and you can see their underwear and they're not even buttoned on the side, and women with garments that have great big holes in them and you can see their bra if they're even wearing one. Their underwear, dirty clothes, stained clothes. It's like, what has happened? What happened to people taking pride in how they look? I don't know. But yes, God made you look wonderful. You were born a precious, darling, perfect little baby. So cute. And when you grow up, you're responsible for taking what God gave you and then making it look nice on the outside, on what you wear and how you talk and how you walk and how you love others. And you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Sure, there's some poor people that can't afford clothes, but I'm going to tell you something about poor people. Jerry went on 3 missionary trips. He went to El Salvador, and it was back years ago when they had that big earthquake there. And people were living in cardboard boxes, huts. Most of the men were gone because they'd gone off to fight the war and got killed or were still there or something, and so it was mostly women and children. And the missionary trip was to provide medical attention and prescriptions, and Jerry was the pharmacist and he filled all of the prescriptions that the doctors wrote for these little children. But Jerry has pictures. I should go get the book and show you. The mothers and their little kids were immaculately dressed, totally clean, their best little dress or their best little outfit, totally clean, hair fixed, body clean, clothes clean, and it was just amazing. Jerry said, you just cannot believe how nice they all look, Joy. He said they lived in shacks, but their shacks were neat. They might have to cook outside on a hot rock, but they still were dressed as best as they could be and took pride in how they looked. Now those people are poor. Now in America, no matter how poor you are, seems like the poorer you are, the more free stuff you get and the more money the government gives you. There's still no excuse. I've been poor. I've lived in ratty rental houses. but I cleaned them as clean as I could clean them. I might have a towel hanging on the window because I couldn't afford a curtain, but it was a clean towel. And I hung it up straight, and I tried to make it look nice, and I made my bed. I cleaned my kitchen. I did my dishes. I vacuumed the floors, and I had not very many clothes like I have now, but the ones I had, I kept clean and neat, and I dressed very nice to go to work. We had to wear dresses back then. And I just don't see the excuse for the sloppiness, the laziness, the scrubbiness of how these young people dress nowadays. It's just wrong, in my opinion. In my opinion. Okay, my dear ones, I'll shut up and quit rambling on. I probably didn't say that very well, so forgive me if I offended anybody. I didn't mean to. And I'll be back tomorrow with another devotional. But bye for now.